What is up, guys? Today we're gonna be having a bit more of a chill video. We're gonna be going over each game that's happened so far in the NBA season, talking about some key takeaways, some really interesting stuff that happened. I'm gonna go game by game. Some will be quicker than others. Not too much to talk about some of them, but I think this is gonna be a pretty chill video. Don't have much time to create a really long script, and just want to get this video out. Everyone's doing it, so lock in. So. Starting with Los Angeles Lakers versus Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets were just really good. As you can see, their starting lineup, one had a double-double, one had a triple-double, and the other three were over 15 points. Jamal Murray had an excellent game where he had 21 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists. Aaron Gordon was good on everything. He was tenacious on defense. Same with KCP. Michael Porter Jr. was trying really hard on defense. They looked really good. Christian Braun almost had a pretty wild poster. I was actually watching it. It's pretty wild, so shout out to him. He'll be really good for them. Reggie Jackson, really solid, scoring kick off the bench. Zeke Naji played last year, so Peyton Watson's a rookie. Excuse my lack of ball knowledge. Yeah, no. I lied. Zeke Naji's the... Oh, wait. Okay, I'm stupid. Neither of them are rookies. Jalen Pickett's a rookie. Please tell me I'm right. Okay, Jalen Pickett's a rookie. I'm not... Those three kind of confused me, but those two were pretty good on defense. Both had solid games. One for one. Looking pretty good. They're looking I'm really excited to see what they can do next year. Good stuff to them. Next up, we have the Lakers. Most of them shot bad. D'Angelo Russell shot not good. Same with AD. He went if you look at this. So this is half one. AD's looking really solid. Right, 17 points, looking like his dominant self, and then that happened. 0 points, 0 for 6 shooting. So he looked really good at first. Austin Reeves, he had an okay game. It wasn't great, wasn't bad. It was okay. Taurean Prince had one of the best games. He dropped 18, 6 for 4 shooting, 4 for 6 from deep. Had a block, only on 1 turnover, really solid. LeBron James, only 29 minutes of play, so that's actually really surprising. He had a solid game. It's LeBron. He's gonna be like that until age 50, right? Gabe Vincent, Cam Reddish, Christian Wood, all these people had solid games. I was actually really impressed by how Cam Reddish played, but I was hoping a little bit for more from Gabe Vincent on his debut, and they need to play Max Christie more. Max Christie. Let's see. Next up, we got Phoenix versus Golden State, which I think was a pretty. I mean, there's not really any key takeaways from this game other than Yuta Watanabe's like that. Shot lights out, as always. He's him. Devin Booker has that dog in him. Chris Paul looked really good. He was really good on the pass, pretty good defensively. Klay Thompson, he's washed. Steph Curry had a bad shooting night. Andrew Wiggins wasn't great. Kevon Looney grabbed his usual rebounds. Jonathan Kuminga was great as always. Definitely going to be a breakout star for them this year. Moses Moody was solid. Gary Payton II did not make a single shot, but got 3 steals. I really like the Suns. They're looking actually really nice. Let's see, does this take me to the box store? Yes, it does. Next up is the Cleveland Cavs versus the Brooklyn Nets. I was really hoping for the Brooklyn Nets to take this one home, but they couldn't. That's okay, though. The Brooklyn Nets, we had Cam Thomas drop 36 in only 25 minutes to play, along with 2 assists and 3 rebounds. Really solid stuff from him. Mikal Bridges, he looked really rough and rocky in the first half, but then he cleaned it up. Had a 20-piece. Nothing crazy, nothing bad. Cam Johnson. That consistent guy. That's a consistent guy right there. Spencer Dinwiddie, he didn't take too many shots, at all. Ben Simmons, he actually had a really solid game. Like, I'm actually bought into Ben Simmons as a player, and once the season progresses, I'll probably be making a video on him, so look out for that. OKC versus Chicago. Shai, going mental as usual. Chet Holmgren, he had an okay rookie debut. It was okay. He didn't really take too many shots. It's okay. It's nothing special. Cason Wallace, he had a really solid rookie debut on 13 points. Did not miss a shot. Really solid stuff from him. And then the Bulls, Kobe White, he took a ton of shots. Didn't make too many. Zach LaVine, same there. Patrick Williams, he was solid. Ayo Dosunmu, pretty solid. I mean, there's nothing really here to talk about much. You still have Andre Drummond grabbing those rebounds. Not a very interesting game on the side of the Bulls. I'm really excited to see what all these players can do. Isaiah Joe had a good game too. Yeah. Josh Giddey, pretty solid. Jalen Williams, looking like. Yeah, Shai went off this game. Like a double, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. 0 turnover. No, only 1 turnover. That's really solid. Atlanta versus Charlotte. Trae Young did not shoot the ball well, but golly, he is a foul merchant. DeJounte Murray, same, but less of a foul merchant. Clint Capella grabbing his rebounds, doing his thing. Jalen Johnson, I think he's the main bright spot on the Sox team right now. He put up 21, 7, and 2 with 2 steals and 1 block. I saw him playing. He looked like him out there. Like, I'm just really excited to see how well he can progress. Bogdan Bogdanovic played really well in the what's it called? The FIBA World Cup. Played really well there. And then surprisingly, one would not have expected this. The Hornets pulled up the W with LaMelo Ball having a rough game to say the least. Mark Williams put up 13 and 15, 3 steals, 1 block. He had a really solid game. I saw him playing. He looked really good out there on the court. Gordon Hayward doing his consistent Gordon Hayward things. PJ Washington, also a really good game. I'm really looking for him to have his breakout season this year because he'll be getting a lot of PT. Because he'll be getting a ton of PT. Not without Miles Bridges currently. Brandon Miller, solid rookie debut. Got into some foul trouble, but it happens. Looked okay. Washington versus Indiana. This was actually a really exciting game. This the speed of this team was just wild. On the side of the Wizards, Danilo Gallinari gave him 16 off the bench. Pretty funny. But Ball Coulibaly made a 3 on his debut. We had Jordan Poole. He took second most shots. Didn't make too many. Missed all of his threes. I was hoping for a little bit more. 4 turnovers. He just has to get used to it. He will be putting up superstar numbers eventually. Kyle Kuzma looked really solid. I just saw he had a string where he just drove to the basket, scored. He just looked really good and drew a lot of fouls. So good stuff to Kyle Kuzma. There's not much to talk about on that team. We have Indiana Pacers. Obi Toppin put out 11. He'll be catching a ton of lobs. Benedict Mathurin put out 18. Tyrese Halliburton 20. Bruce Brown, he had a killer game. He knocked down 6 threes. That was immaculate. We had Andrew Nembhard put up 12 and 10 in just 21 minutes of play. Looked really good. I actually covered him in a video, so I'm basically really good at predicting things. Yeah. So he's looking really good. I really like him as a player. Oh, hello, get me to Portland. Okay, this has a lot of things to talk about. We have Scoot Henderson barely existing in his opener. 11, 3 and 4, 4 turnovers. It wasn't great. Let's be honest here. They played him for 35 minutes. He did not get very many shots up. Anfernee Simons put up 18 for them, and then Malcolm Brogdon, he went off in the fourth quarter, putting up 13 points. So he looked really good. Pretty efficient too. I'm really excited. I still think Scoot's gonna have a really good career. So this isn't like too much of a he actually wasn't too inefficient either. He just didn't take very many shots and turned the ball over a decent bit. But same with Shaden Sharp. They had pretty similar games. I think this is gonna be a really, really interesting team. I'd say they have a chance. They have a chance of being a playing team in the West. But I don't really think so. The West is too stacked. Like either the Pels, the Mavs, or the T-Wolves won't be able to make the playoffs, and that's actually the play-in. That's actually wild. So that's actually insane. So the Clippers, they showed out. They looked really good. Bones Highland, their third-year guard, right? Is he third year or is this second year? This is third year, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, looked really good. I think he'll have a breakout year. He looks really good. Russell Westbrook, plan on making a video on him soon. He just the ball really well, and I think these three, when healthy, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, and Kawhi Leonard are one of the best big threes in the league. Russell Westbrook is still like that. He's a really good player. Paul George is still really good. Kawhi Leonard will show up in the playoffs. Keep in mind, he averaged 23 last year in the playoffs. He's kind of like that. So look out for this team. I'd say the Clippers are contenders. But I mean, everyone says that. They're a hypothetical team, as everyone knows. Next up is the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Memphis Grizzlies, where the New Orleans Pelicans won by a decent bit. We had Zion putting up a solid game. Same with CJ McCollum. Dyson Daniels, their second-year guard. He's looking to improve off of his not the greatest rookie year. There's not really much to talk about on this team. They look good, but I mean they didn't do they just were solid all around. Looked good on the court. Next up, we have Desmond Bane starting off with a 30-point with 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He looked really good. And Marcus Smart, he looked actually pretty good. He was relatively efficient, tenacious defender. 5 turnovers though, which is not great. We had Xavier Tillman Jr., who is going into his fourth year in the NBA. Fourth year in the NBA. I gotta work on my knowledge. It seems I'm getting exposed. D Rose dropped 8, not efficiently, but it's D Rose, so he's cool. Luke Kennard went 0 for 5. They did not play Kenneth Lofton. That's so tragic. And then Ja Morant is currently suspended. I don't think this team will be good until Ja Morant comes back. I'd say they're like a slightly below 500 team. Next up, we have Detroit versus Miami. On Miami's side, there's nothing really to talk about except for Jaime Jaquez's rookie debut, where he went 6, 2, 2, and 2 steals. Not bad. Didn't actually play Nikola Jovic, which is interesting. 30 points from Cade Cunningham, not Cunningham. Okay. 3 rebounds and 9 assists, which is a really good coming back from an injury, just proving he still is like that. And that's on no free throws either. Killian Hayes didn't shoot well. I'm confident in him, though. He's kind of like that. He was pretty good defensively, as always. Asar Thompson had a wild 5-block game. He looked really good. I'm really excited to see him play in the NBA. I'd say he's going to have one of the better careers. They did not play James Wiseman. Marvin Bagley looks solid. Alec Burks, he was okay. Jaden Ivey didn't get much PT, so pretty interesting. Next up is another really interesting one that I think there's going to be a lot of things to talk about. We had 2 players on this Boston team put up more than 30 points or more. We have Kristaps who had a really good opening night. 44 blocks and 8 rebounds on 30 points really efficiently. Same with Jason Tatum, who put up 34, 11, and 4. So they just went really well. Peyton Pritchard, I was actually a little bit disappointed in. He only played 11 minutes of play, but he went 1 for 4 from the field. So that's pretty sad, but it's okay. These were very actually small rotations this game. As not they played 9 players, and so did they. So Delano Banton did not get a chance to play. Oh wait, sorry, I'm stupid. They also played 9 players, so yeah, I was right. Dante DiVincenzo missed all of his shots. RJ Barrett had an okay game. Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson did not. Quentin Grimes looked solid. Emmanuel Quickley was like the reason this team even kept it close. He was that scoring guy off the bench for them. He looks really good. I'm really excited. He's definitely a 6th Man of the Year candidate for sure, for sure. Next up is Houston versus Orlando, which had Orlando winning in pretty dominant fashion. Dillon Brooks. Aman Thompson had his debut, which wasn't as great as the Stars, but still pretty solid. Cam Whitmore got 1 rebound and 1 turnover. So not a great rookie debut. Paolo Banchero did not score too much. He didn't get too many shots up, but this team still won. Jalen Suggs. I don't know what's going on with him. He's not living his best life. I don't think he hasn't been doing so well in the NBA. Cole Anthony though, he had a really good game. Gary Harris, pretty solid too. Jonathan Isaac, I'm actually really impressed by him. After missing so long, I would think he would have a worse game, but he seemed to do pretty solid. So that was a pretty interesting game. This is a game we gotta be talking about. We gotta be talking about this game. So let's start with Dallas. We had Derek Lively coming off the bench, knocking up on 30 points, going 7 from 8 from the field, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. He managed to get 16 and 10, a double-double in his debut, which is actually probably the best rookie debut. Luka dropped a triple-double. Kyrie didn't shoot so efficiently. Grant Williams proved why he can be a third man on a contender. Sadly, we didn't get to say Jaden Hardy or Olivier Maxence Prosper play, which is pretty tragic, actually. Makes me pretty sad. Josh Green had a solid game. I think his breakout year is definitely coming, and I really like this Mavericks team. I think they have some pretty solid potential. This is Victor Wembanyama's debut, and I'd say, call me crazy. It was definitely worse than Derek Lively's. It was in less minutes of play, but he took around the same amount of shots, took more shots, scored less points, had way more turnovers. Derek Lively had 1 turnover. He had 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. I'd say, call me crazy, I say Derek Lively's was a decent bit better. Had a way higher plus minus too. So, and he had 5 fouls. So I did for Derek Lively. He didn't get too much minutes, but I'd say there's just so many players that could be. There's so many players on this bench that are really good. Jeremy Sohan was actually starting. Keldon Johnson as well. Trey Jones. Oh yeah, they started Jeremy at the point guard position. Now I remember. Trey Jones had a really solid game as usual. He's just such a consistent force for this team, which is really cool. I'd say it's a very interesting game. Minnesota versus Toronto. There's not really much to talk about here. Scotty Barnes is a really good game. He had a weird game, I'd say. He didn't do it efficiently, but he got a lot of boards, a lot of assists. 7 stocks. Pretty solid. Anthony Edwards managed to put up 26 points, and 14 rebounds on 28 field goal percentage, which is quite wild. And Karl-Anthony Towns basically did the same thing. They both did not have good shooting nights, yet they put up such great numbers. The team lost, and there was basically only one player at a 500 or a 50% field goal, which was Rudy Gobert, who actually had a really solid game. So this is interesting. There's not too much to talk about there, and now we're on to the last game that we'll be talking about today, and that is the Sacramento Kings beating the Utah Jazz. They started off with Harrison Barnes dropping a 30-piece. I did not know he had that dog in him. De'Aaron Fox didn't look great. Domantas Sabonis had a really solid game, as always. Do they have anyone really wild to watch out for? Not really. On the bench wasn't anything. Oh, the former EuroLeague MVP, the rookie, I'd say. This is his first time playing the NBA. He was drafted second round a couple years ago, and he looked really good. Or not really good, but looked solid. So I'm excited to see him play. This is something I'm excited for that team for. Utah Jazz had Jordan Clarkson. He's a walking bucket, put up a decent bit of points. John Collins had a double-double, so did Lauri Markkanen. Ochai Agbaji. Let's see. Taylor Hendricks. No, not Taylor Hendricks. Keontae George had 8, 2 and 2, relatively efficiently. So I'm really excited to see how he develops. He's in my top 10 rookies going into the season. I think he's really good. I'm really excited to see how he does. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Tell me if you guys like this type of videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.